Anyways, let's go ahead and get started. Well, go ahead and get a picture of a person. It don't have to be Angelina, but that's the only person that really had like a perfect, like, you know, a good face for the picture. Go ahead and duplicate your picture layer, and you can do whatever. I usually turn it to different so I can see the black, and then lower the opacity down. And now you want to take your eraser, and for some reason mine is not. I have to be careful. Okay, so just erase the half, just erased half of the face. Oh, well, half of the picture anyways. There we go. That should do it. And now we're going to take this and erase this half of the face. And don't be worried if it comes out with the transparent, that it's perfectly normal. But yeah, just erase this half. Oh, see, I got a little too far. I gotta redo it. I'll do it fast. If you have a good color correction, it really won't matter if you see a little bit of transparency. It really wouldn't. It really don't matter. But okay, and we're gonna change this back to normal. Oh yeah, opacity. I was like, wait a minute. And see, there's a little transparency in the middle, but we're not gonna worry about that because. Oops, wrong thing. If you have color correction packs for manipulations, you should probably find a manipulation color correction that will turn the picture bright enough that you won't see that transparency no more. Anyways, let's go ahead and zoom in. So we're gonna have to determine what side of the face we want to use. I like the left side of the face for some reason. The right side of the face, you know, the hand is there. That's the only reason why I don't want to use the right side of the face, because the hand is in the way basically. But should be a big deal. So go ahead and get you should have like a bunch of textures. I don't know if you have them in pictures or whatever. I have mine in a pack that somebody gave me, and you can use any textures you really want. I use this one. It looks kind of like asphalt. Oh, oops. You can use whatever texture you really want. I like this texture because it makes your face look all weird shit. Anyways, let's go. You're gonna want to create clipping mask on the left side of the face, and you know, I go ahead and suggest take this layer and put it on top. Oh, whoops, moving ahead. Okay, let's see, we're gonna see how far. Okay, so actually I wouldn't put it ahead this time just because of how far you wanted more over the face. So go ahead and change your texture to an overlay, and you see how you got this like weird effect on her face. Now you're just going to erase a little bit around. This is hard because I can't see my eraser. I don't know why Photoshop does this. It pisses me off though. Just erase really cleanly around her face, but leave that on there. Okay, so now you're going to want to go get another texture, and don't make the texture so different. See, I'm just dragging in textures that I think would look good and make it look weird, you know. Create clipping mask, overlay, right there, and then erase a little bit again, like we've already done with the other one. And make sure their skin's not hurt, like, oh, whoops, I don't want to erase that. You can't really tell the difference. There's also another thing. I think there's like another texture we should use. Let me make sure. I'm pretty sure there's another texture. Yes, it's right here. This texture looks pretty good. If you guys want this graphics pack, you should probably. It's in my graphics pack that I don't think I ever uploaded it though. So if you guys want a graphics pack, you know, just let me know. I can do that. Anyways, then we're just gonna put that right there. Don't worry about the words on the picture. Okay, so we basically got the face weird, you know, okay, and basically is what you're gonna want to do is turn this completely gray. So let's see if we can do Control U, or will that work? Okay, let's just convert to Smart Object so we can do this better, and create a new layer. I think that's how we're gonna do it today. And go ahead and make that Smart Object and change the saturation all the way down, and you should see how it highlights that. Now we could have just used hue saturation to put over the picture, but since we can't move this layer above. See, it just looked really too little. We're gonna have to leave it right there. We're gonna have to change it manually and not use that. So now you're just going to want to not do what I just did and highlight the gray layer of your picture and just erase the gray. And you should end up with something a bit like that. Okay, so you know, that looks good. It's kind of bright, but what we're going to want to do now is just go to place. I don't worry about open it. You're going to want a dark picture. Now, this could just be black. It could be what I have. These are really easy to find on Google, so you do what you want. And we're going to have to open in place because that is really small. But it's like it's a skull wallpaper. Just type in skull wallpaper and it'll probably come up. And you'll probably find this. So, yeah, just get something like this. It don't have to be exactly this, but, I mean, it's whatever. Now, what is my texture layer? Is this it? Create clipping mask. No, that's not it. This is create clipping mask. There we go. Okay. Whoa. Well, that'd be so cool. I kind of want to put her. This is getting weird for me. I don't think I was supposed to do clipping mask. Release clipping mask, and then why is her gray? Okay, so her face must be texture. So if we create a clipping mask of that, I'm still looking for a little different. I don't want his face in her way. Just stop it right there. That should be fine. You know, it's kind of dark. And then we're just going to turn the opacity down a little bit. Or, you know, we might be able to turn it to overlay. Let's see. Yeah, definitely turn it to overlay. That looks a lot better. I like that. And then, you know, erase around just a little bit. Make sure nothing's really in the way. Okay, and if you guys have fire flames, which you probably are going to need fire flames if you want to make the eyes look really weird, because fire in the eyes makes her eyes look burnt, and it looks really good. You don't want to make it look like there's like actual fire burning in her eyes. You could, I mean, that'd be completely up to you, but I kind of think I just want to make it look like her eyes are burnt. So let's go ahead and put that in her eye. Alright, we're going to duplicate it. You can just hit Control J or whatever you do to duplicate layers. You might do something completely different than I do, but it's whatever. You could do that. Anyway, convert smart object and release the opacity down because you're going to want to see the eye. Okay, now just zoom in basically. And I'm going to get a smaller brush and a harder tip brush and just like softly, not really softly, but smoothly try to erase around the edges. And if you think like that looks good to me, but like if you don't think it looks like the best to you, you could just take a fade brush basically and erase around the edges and it fades them. But I don't want to do that right now. I'm going to hit Control U to get the hue and saturation and turn that to gray as well and turn it back up to 100 and put it under the texture and go back to texture and erase the eye. Oops, I went a little too far. Okay, now you're going to want to take textures again, the ones you kind of used, and you're going to make them smaller for this. Let's go back to this, and we're going to grab the asphalt one and put it over Sesamo Flames. Ooh, that looks really nice. Clipping mask. So see, it's really only on the eye. So basically you could leave it like that if you wanted to. I'm going to keep doing that to my textures, just keep redoing them. And it makes it look burnt, you know? And so we'll see, we can do it right again. Ooh, dude, that looks scary shit. Create clipping mask. Did I even turn them to an overlay? Nope, this one's not an overlay. What the heck? Okay, so basically I'm not going to do that third texture because it looks fun as it is. And as you see right now, we've got a pretty weird looking face. I'm not going to lie, it looks pretty weird. The eye looks really good. We actually did better than I did on my speed art on this tutorial. Now you can put whatever you want. As you can tell, I put half demon in my speed art, so we're just gonna go ahead and put that. Let's see, turn it to black text and make it kind of big. I wouldn't say, I'd say about 72 for a picture like this. Pick a good like standard font. I mean, it could be creepy, but I'm gonna go with Beavis and put half. And it's a clipping mask, so that's why you can't see it right now. And we're just going to put it right there. And I spelt it wrong, so we're gonna have to go back and fix that. Yep. Now, how the hell I spelled that wrong? Anyways, there we go. We got half. And then just underneath it, put the second word, or if you have a second word, and put the second word. And I'm gonna put demon. So there. And then we're gonna combine them layers. So convert to smart object, and then we're going to not put it. Did I click on, did I do something? What the hell am I doing? Oh crap. Them textures are way too tough. You know, we're just gonna leave it out of the textures this time, because when we erase a little bit, it'll, you know, I think we should move it over just a tad to get it away from this end, or you could move it up or and erase a little bit. Let me see here. Ew. Make that bigger. Okay, so see, we got this weird face so far, and hopefully you guys got the same outcome as me. It probably doesn't look the same if you don't have the same texture, so don't freak out over that. See, we're just going to type in your name and who made this picture. So I'm going to set it on, I'd say 18. That looks fine to me. And you're going to want to position it wherever you want. I like around the eye. I think it looks pretty cool around the eye. And you're just going to go to the eraser, just go ahead and hurry up and do it. Hit OK, hit free transform, and go to the warp thing. And actually, you should have zoomed in really good so you can make sure you're doing your work right. Okay, and wrap it around the eye basically. This is looking kind of weird, but you'll get used to it. Okay, we're gonna erase a little bit after that when we're done with this. Okay, as you can see, we're gonna have to scale it a little bit, and we're gonna put it right here. Let's rotate it just a tad. There we go. That looks about right. Okay, we're just gonna take our eraser, it should be big still, and just basically fade out the S, or you know, the end of it. I mean, you could fade out this part too. Wait, too close. I mean, you're gonna have to lower the opacity anyways, because you don't want just a big black name in the way. But anyways, if you guys want to make it look better, here's like a little tip that looks really good when you do this. You take a black box, you know, just off Google, anything, and you just stretch it the size of the picture, so like just like that. And then you're going to want to, well, I'd say a little bit bigger, just to make sure you don't, you know, make sure it's always covering the entire picture. Just put it like right there. I'm gonna move it down a little bit. It looks like a little too bulky right there, and then just duplicate it and Control J or Control J or whatever. You can right click it and do all that stuff, and then put it right there. And this is what it would look like without the color correction. And then you put the color correction on, and you know, basically complete it. I hope you guys really enjoyed this tutorial. It was really fun. I actually don't know how I ended up making something like this. I made it one time, decided to do a speed art for it, and now I'm doing a tutorial for it. But I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If it helped you out, please leave a like and comment, and I'll see you later.